China now is, it is the second largest economy in the world. In terms of trade, I think the largest now. China entered into the WTO in 2000, and which has helped a lot to China's expansion in international trade. So international regulation, the current regime, has really helped China. Before China entered into the WTO, China had to talk to each country for trade terms. Especially the U.S. Each year they have to review China's most favored trade nation status. So since China entered into the WTO, China doesn't have to experience that again. So I think the current system has helped China a lot. I worked in the court about 14 years. And the section I worked is all about foreign-related commercial cases. So all trade, investment, finance, all those foreign-related cases, even today are being dealt with in the division in the Supreme People's Court, which is currently called Division number 4. Cases. So we really do deal with all kinds of foreign-related commercial cases. Examples are, because my research area is letters credit or international payment systems, I was also really the drafter of the regulations. Before we call judicial interpretations, before that was published, I did a survey of these cases from 1995 to 2000. About 1/4 or 25% of our cases were related to international payment systems, international payment or letters credit. The other type of case which really we spend a lot of time to do is actually the enforcement of foreign-related arbitration. China, its system is still developing, so try to prevent local protectionism or other problems that happen, and try to strictly enforce the New York Convention. The Supreme People's Court issued a regulation which provides if foreign arbitrary awards are not going to be enforced, they have to be report all the way to the Supreme People's Court. When they when I was there, when they were reported to the Supreme People's Court, 90% or over 90% of them are enforced. So only very few are not enforced or refuse to be enforced by the Chinese courts. So those two cases are still, I have left the court for almost 10 years now, but they are still impressive in my mind. Actually, as I already mentioned, the Supreme People's Court, or Civil Division number 4, deals with all kinds of foreign-related commercial cases. They include foreign trade or other foreign investment, foreign finance, or whatever you classify them, and the maritime cases or maritime law cases, all are being dealt with in that division. It's a specialized one. And in China, we have a special system to deal with foreign-related cases. How lawyers are treated. In China, you say law students do 4 years, and we don't have, say, we are not, say, specially to try in foreign related cases or lawyers who are going to just involved in foreign cases. But a lot of students, they do specialize in, or they try to do more subjects in those areas. Also, we have some kind of, in those large law schools, we teach more foreign-related law cases. See, in my university, which is the largest really in China, and we have for undergraduates 4 special faculties. One faculty is called the Faculty of International Law, which covers all foreign-related laws, or foreign economic law, or trade law, whatever you call them. Different academics use different terms. But when you have that name, you think they are specially to train foreign-related lawyers, and they are not. They are trying to group the academics, because we have, the university, we have more than 450 law academics. Those who are specialized in international law are grouped in that faculty. That's called the Faculty of International Law. And when our students are admitted, for administration purposes, some of them are under their administration. Their students and others, or students from other faculties, can go out and choose other subjects. Say they are traded, or you choose whatever. But because they are in the Faculty of International Law, and they know, the students know professors in that faculty better, so they tend to choose more courses or subjects from that faculty. That might be one. If you are seeing how we specially train foreign business or foreign or international trade or lawyers, that might be one of the areas. Also, the Ministry of Education, they are specially to traders. But actually, as far as I know, for students, when they are offered the subjects, all students can choose. So in that area, in that respect, I don't think we should emphasize too much on that one. Most of but because foreign trade law is still very popular, international trade law, so they are really loved by students. So a lot of students trying to do more in those areas. But there's one aspect: if you are going to practice in the area, your English, or at least your foreign language, should be good. So most of the students, if they're going to practice in the area, after they finish their studies in China, they tend to go abroad. So many of my students go to the UK, Australia, US, Canada. Yeah. It's a very interesting question. I think I'm in Brazil, I'm from China, and I think for us, first, it's good news. The current economic order, really, it started from the 1940s, after the Second World War, based on the Bretton system. We have this World Bank, IMF, and the WTO. Or those WTOs in 1995, but it's closely related to GATT, which was founded in 1940s. So it's a part of the 3-pillar system. I think because as time goes on, as China and Brazil, we saw they say emerging nations or emerging economic powers. Some at least, I think it's true, takes the view that the current economic system is somewhat Western biased, really. You see, the IMF it always has the European as a head, and the World Bank is always from the US. And it's been hard for, say, like Brazil and China. Even they want to play a more important role in World Bank and IMF. It is a bit harder now. But after the 2008 financial crisis, people see the economic or regulations or the order or build up in the last century need some kind of reform. And also, we do have, I think they are right, the current system sometimes doesn't work that well. You see, we have number of financial crises in the 80s in Latin America, and this country experienced once. I think the 1997 one in Asia and the current one, and also current European one, and the current system need to be reformed in some way. But sometimes when you have the status quo, it's hard to change. If you have some new organizations or institutions being built up, they can, in some ways, help to make up the gap. But what I'm saying is, they should work together, complementary. I'm not saying, see, the BRICS banks are going to work against the World Bank and the IMF, but for Brazil and China, I think we are among these BRICS countries. China and Brazil are the two largest, and China and Brazil started in this area the cooperation a few years ago. We have this currency swap for a number of years. Say, if both countries have got problems, we have somebody there to help us. I think it is a very good thing. It should be congratulated.